Hello everyone, welcome to Out This Week, episode 5. I'm your host, Bryan Sudfield, and this is a very big week for movies, guys. Like, holy shit, this is actually going to be a pretty interesting week, because we got a lot of stuff coming out, both in wide release and limited release. It's actually pretty crazy, so let's just jump right into it, because you know what? I'm very excited about this weekend. Let's start off with Goosebumps. Now, Goosebumps is something that's very interesting, because I remember hearing about this movie when it was first announced, and I'm like, I don't approve of this. So then the marketing came out, and I'm like, you know what? It actually looks like an entertaining movie. The reviews have been coming in. It's actually been getting very good reviews. I've been hearing very good things about this movie. So I'm really curious to check it out. I love Jack Black. I grew up with the guy. It's entertaining to see him on screen, but he hasn't really picked the best films lately, I will say that. But it does look like a very fun film. It's actually written by the people who wrote Ed Wood, which I didn't know until recently, and I'm like, that's actually really cool. And I'm curious to see how that turns out. So yeah, Goosebumps, I am looking forward to it. I don't know if this is going to be the moneymaker this week or a film that I'll be talking about just later on, but I still am looking forward to seeing Goosebumps, and I really hope I can check it out. The next film is Bridge of Spies, directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Tom Hanks, and it's written by the Coen brothers, and that's all you need to know, because this film looks fantastic. I'm really excited to see this film. I love Steven Spielberg. He might just be my favorite filmmaker. Tom Hanks is one of my favorite actors ever, and he's one of the best we've ever had. And the Coen brothers, that's amazing. Tom Hanks previously worked with Steven Spielberg on 3 films: Saving Private Ryan, Catch Me If You Can, and The Terminal. All 3 really good films. Catch Me If You Can is one of my favorite films I ever made. So, like, it's kind of near and dear to my heart. And I love Private Ryan. That's my favorite war film. And The Terminal is actually a pretty underrated film from Spielberg. I know a lot of people don't seem to care for that film. I think it's a very good film. What I love about the idea of this movie, it's like about the Cold War, and Tom Hanks plays a lawyer, and it's about spies. And it looks really excellent. And I'm very excited to see this movie. I haven't heard one bad thing about this movie. There are people out there who are just like, yeah, the movie's good, but it's not incredible. But I am very excited to see it. I'm always curious to see what Spielberg does. I'm really looking forward to this movie. I love thrillers. I love movies about war. I love spy movies. I love Spielberg, Tom Hanks, Coen brothers. Sign me up. So excited to see this movie. And I'm also curious because John Williams didn't do the score for this movie because he's very ill, and plus he's working on Star Wars. So I'm curious to know what that's like, because John Williams has scored pretty much every Spielberg movie except for The Color Purple, I believe. And the final wide release, which is the one I'm looking forward to the most probably, is Crimson Peak, directed by Guillermo del Toro. This film looks insane. It looks so good. I love the cast. We got Tom Hiddleston, Mia Wasikowska. I'm still trying to pronounce her name, but I do love it when she has long hair. I hate when she has short hair. It's disgusting, in my opinion. Charlie Hunnam, aka Jack Sauer from Sons of Anarchy, and the babe Jessica Chastain. So I'm hearing that it's not really a horror movie. Like, there is horror in this, but it's more of a gothic romance film. That's going to be very interesting. I'm curious to know how mainstream audiences are going to feel with that, because the marketing seems to make it look like just like a plain generic horror movie. And I would have been fine if it was a plain generic horror film, because Guillermo del Toro is one of the best filmmakers we have. Like, I love that guy, but no one seems to care about his movies. Like, no one supports his films financially, but critically, yeah. I think this film will do pretty well at the box office. I'm just curious to know how people are going to handle it. And it's also coming out in IMAX. I would see this in IMAX, but I'm worried that I'm going to be a part of the movie. My ears are probably going to bleed if I see this movie in IMAX. That's the thing that's crazy. So yeah, Crimson Peak looks fantastic. It looks beautifully shot. I love the cast, like I just said. Guillermo del Toro is terrific. It looks great. Very excited to see it. Now, limited releases. Room. I haven't heard anything but spectacular things about this movie. I'm hearing this film is amazing. I love Brie Larson. I think she's a terrific and beautiful actress. A lot of people are saying that she should win the Oscar. That is very true, because when you watch a film like Short Term 12, you see that this girl has true acting chops. I'm so excited to see this movie. I'm not going to spoil anything, just in case you guys don't know. It's about her and this little boy getting trapped, and then something crazy happens, and I'm hearing that the kid is terrific. I hear it's one of the best child performances in a very long time. I'm curious to see how that is, because there aren't really many child performances out there that stand out. I'm really looking forward to it. It does look like a very heartbreaking film. It's from the guy who directed Frank, which was one of my favorite films of last year, and it looks excellent. I'm really, really excited to see this movie. I feel like excited's the wrong way, but as a film lover, I'm really looking forward to seeing this movie. So then the last limited release we have is probably the most interesting release out this week, Beast of No Nations. Now, this film was interesting for really one reason. It is going to be the first movie that is released simultaneously in theaters and on Netflix. That's going to be very interesting to see how this film turns out. I mean, I'll watch it on Netflix because I have Netflix, and also I can just pause it whenever I want to. I'd rather watch it on Netflix and watch it at the theater. It doesn't really look like a movie I would go out to the theater to see. But I will say that the film really looks good. It's from the guy who directed the first season of True Detective, which is, in my opinion, one of the best first seasons for any show ever. It stars Idris Elba, who is one amazing actor. He's one of my favorites to work at today. It looks like an intense film. It looks like this year's 12 Years a Slave, to be quite honest. It looks like a film that's going to be very hard to watch, but also it's going to feel very realistic, and it's not going to get some Oscar nominations, I think, because it does the VOD thing, and I don't think VOD films are eligible. So I'm curious to see this film. I am going to review this movie for you guys, and I'm very curious to see how this movie turns out. I think I'll like it, but I don't know if I'll love it, but I've been hearing excellent things about it. So guys, that is it for this episode of Out This Week. Tell me down below what you're looking forward to that's coming out this week. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and I'll see you guys soon.